to take us home, we have Lynne Cullen.
One day, Zandalita, the tree lizard, went to see the Vodun priest because his crops were failing. Please, Bokor, my potatoes and yams are drying up in the ground. Tell me what is the matter. So the Vodun threw the divining shells. How long has it been since you honored your ancestors? You are being punished because you have not honored them. You must hold a big festival in their honor, and then your crops will grow. Well, Zandalita thanked the Vodun, and he went home right away, and he told his wife to spread the word all around the village, all around the neighborhood. And then he sent all his children to see his brothers and sisters, who each lived in a different village, and he just tell everybody that on the following Friday he was going to have a great big service with dancing and food to honor his ancestors. So then the big day came, and everybody got up in their finest clothes, and food was laid out, and also Zandalita spared no expense on the drummers. He hired the best drummers he could find. And so then the party began. Boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 capita. People were dancing and eating and everything, and the drums went on and on and on. They carried all the way to the next village and the village beyond that, and they carried all the way up to heaven, where God was trying to sleep. Boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 capita. God tried putting his pillow over his head. He tried sticking cloth in his ears. Nothing. And then in the morning, he couldn't get any work done at all. He was exhausted. And still, the drums went on. Boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 capita. So God called St. John. Yes, Lord, what can I do for you? I want you to go down there to Zandalita's house, and you tell him that those drums have got to stop. I can hardly hear myself think. I can't get anything done. Yes, Lord, yes. And so down went St. John. And he got there, and people were streaming in and out of the gate, and the noise was just louder than ever. And he got up to the gate, and Zandalita was there to greet him. Oh, what an honor. Welcome, welcome, come in. I am here with a message for you. Eat first, drink first, then we shall talk. Well, all right, I don't wish to be rude, said St. John. And so Zandalita led him to the seat of honor, the bench right next to the drummers. And he gave John a plate of food, and he gave him a glass of cola to drink, and John was sitting there. Boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 capita. And he's eating and drinking, and he's watching the people enjoy themselves, and his foot starts tapping. And then his other foot starts tapping. And he's thinking about back when he came up with all those revelations. And he remembered how good he felt. And the next thing you know, he was on his feet, and he was dancing with everybody else. Boom-bada, 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 capita, capita, capita. And the drums went on and on and on. Hours went by, and God is waiting, waiting. He still hasn't slept a wink. And the drums. And so finally, he's thinking, where is St. John? So he calls his next man, St. Patrick. Yes, Lord, what can I do for you? St. Patrick, I have been waiting for hours. These drums will not stop. I sent St. John, I don't know where he is. I can't sleep, I can't work. Go down there, and you bring St. John back here, and you tell Zandalita that that noise has got to stop. Aye, sir, right away, sir. And down goes St. Patrick. And by the time he's on the path to Zandalita's house, there's a constant stream of people coming and going, and the drums are boom-bada, 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 capita, 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 capita. And he gets to the gate, and there was Zandalita to greet him. Oh my goodness, what an honor this is! I should throw these services more often. Come in, come in. No, I've come to give you a message from him upstairs. Please, eat first, drink first, then we shall talk. Well, we have beer. Oh. So he brings him in to the seat of honor, next to the drummers. And he gives St. Patrick a plate of food and a nice glass of cold beer. And the drums are going, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba capita, 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 capita. And he's sitting there and the foot starts to tap. And he's eating the food. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba capita, capita. And off he is. The next thing you know, St. Patrick's on the table dancing an Irish jig. And the drums go on and on and on. And, you know, a day and a half is going by and God's there waiting. All right, he's calling out the big guns now. St. Peter, come here. Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir? Hours, days, it seems. I sent to St. John, I sent to St. Patrick. They're nowhere to be found. You go and fetch them back from Zandalita's house, and you tell Zandalita that these drums have got to stop. Yes, sir, right away, sir. And down goes St. Peter with his keys jingling around his waist. And by the time he got to the path to Zandalita's house, he's having to push and shove his way. The crowds were so thick with people coming and going, and he could hear the boom, ba boom, ba boom of the drums. And he gets to the gate, and there was Zandalita. What an honor! What an honor! Come in! Come in! I have a message. A very important message for you. Please, eat first, drink first, then we will talk. All right. St. Peter was hoping he'd find out what happened to St. John and St. Patrick. And so Zandalita brought him in and sat him down in the seat of honor, the bench beside the drummers. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba capita, 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 capita. St. Peter's got his plate of food, and he gives St. Peter a nice glass of wine. Oh, and he remembered how good the wine tasted back in the day. And he's sitting there drinking the wine, and boom, ba boom, ba boom, and his foot begins to tap. And his other foot begins to tap. And, you know, a long time ago, he was a fisherman. And when they'd have a big catch, they'd have a big celebration and dance on the beach. And, well, if he didn't really remember that, his body remembered it. And the next thing you know, he was up. And he thought he saw the hat of St. Patrick over in the distance, and he thought, I'll go up and talk. And the next thing you know, he was dancing with everybody else. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba capita, 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 capita. God's still waiting. He's not sleeping. He's not. Nothing's getting done. I wonder how the world went. That does it. I'm going down myself. They'll be sorry. So God goes down himself. And he gets there, and there's people and noise, and he got to the gate, and there's Zandalita to greet him. Oh, what an honor. Come in, come in. I'm here to tell you that this noise has got to stop. I can't do anything now. End it now. Send everybody home. But, Lord, please eat first, drink first, then we shall talk. I shall not eat. I shall not drink. I shall not do any of those things. But, Lord, this is a festival to honor my ancestors. Surely you don't want to not honor my ancestors? Oh, all right. Make it quick. So he leads God to the seat beside the drums. Gives God a plate of food, gives him a nice big glass of wine, or whatever it is God likes to drink these days. And God's sitting there eating fast so we can get it over with. And then he's watching the dancing, and his foot begins to tap, and his other foot begins to tap. And then the people are all dancing, and they look so happy, and then suddenly they all the dancers and partiers grabbed each other by the hand, and they made one of those great big snakes, like a great big conga line, and they're, you know, all around the house, and around, and then as the big snake of people swept by, a woman reached out and grabbed God by the arm, and he was swept into the dancing with everybody else. And the party went on and on and on. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba capita, 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 boom, ba boom, ba boom. On the third day, the festival finally came to an end. The drummers packed up and went home, and the people began to straggle out, and there was just food and empty cups and all sorts everywhere. Zandalita was so tired that he just fell sound asleep on a bench. God looked across the yard, and there, beside the house, stood St. John, St. Peter, and St. Patrick. God gestured to them. They all came over. He took a tablecloth from one of the tables and draped it over the sleeping form of Sandalita. And then the four of them tiptoed out through the gate so as not to wake. And as for Sandalita's crops, they grew like crazy. They grew as they never had grown before. And why should they not? When St. John, St. Patrick, St. Peter, and God himself had come to his festival. Boom, 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 capita, 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 boom, boom, boom.